really added a spark for the Boston Celtics today. He's been all over the floor. Buckner with the open shot. Larry Bird, rebound. Bird is not hitting. His shot is off. That's Cheats on the breakaway. Foul by Henderson. Henderson with his second foul. Didn't do a bad job there. Boston's lead cut to 6. The Celtics have been ahead throughout, but that was the case Friday night in Boston, you'll recall. And Milwaukee came on strong in the second half. Larry Bird over the backboard and out of bounds.
Larry Bird a little cold from the field right now, shooting 2 for 8. You can tell he's not at full strength.
He has only 4 points, fighting off the effects of the virus and 104-degree fever. He took a late flight last night. The rest of the team got in here yesterday morning. Marcus Johnson driving on Maxwell. Ball on the floor, finally picked up by Maxwell, down to Henderson. 2-on-2 break. Buckner to Bird. Harvey catching, says no, he didn't foul him. But the official disagrees. Haven't advanced as far as the Eastern Conference Finals since they played Milwaukee for the championship back in '74 when they were both in different conferences. Lanier outside to Catchings. Moncrief. Larry Bird underneath, scrapping for the rebound. Catchings almost stole it. Celtics ball.
Well, you got to love Harvey Catchings. He's just all over the floor for a big man, trying to keep the ball alive. Just a big spark for this team.
McHale ran into Moncrief, didn't see the pass coming. Bridgman down quickly. Marcus Johnson for 2. He was fouled and the basket counts.
Larry Bird trying to run a pick and roll here. Leaves his feet a little prematurely. Good defense by Sidney Moncrief. They're off and running with Junior Bridgman running the break. 3-on-1. Nice little bounce pass. Marcus could have taken a jumper, but he decides to take it right to the basket and draw the foul. Nice power move by Marcus Johnson.
First foul on Maxwell. Moncrief hustling for the rebound to keep it alive for Milwaukee. Henderson tipped that one out of bounds. It'll be Milwaukee's ball. 5-point lead for the Celtics with 8:13 left of the first half, and Robert Parrish has come back into the lineup. After taking the shot over the eye, you can see the Band-Aid. And we have been informed he got several stitches to remedy that. Lanier with the left-handed hook. That is a classic left-handed hook.
Well, he gets that body on you, and he just freezes you, Frank, and you can't jump. And he just, nice soft touch for a big man off the glass.
This is as close as the Bucks have been since the early going. Archibald for 2. Tiny providing some instant offense as he comes into the lineup for Bill Fitch's team. Moncrief with a flying two-handed slam. .38. Pace really picking up here in the second period. Parrish with the fadeaway. Bridgman rebounds for Milwaukee. Here come the Bucks. Buckner picks him up. Catchings. Harvey Catchings carries the 15-footer. And it's a 1-point game. Celtics 41, Bucks 40. Danny Archibald and still shooting.
Look for the Bucks to try to post up Sidney Moncrief with Archibald. Sidney's way too big for Tiny. They're going to clear it out and just see if he can take him to the basket.
That's what he's doing right there. Not a bad couple of back-to-back shots by Moncrief.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks feel that they're going to try to take advantage of that matchup.
Maxwell goes sprawling. We've got a foul. Milwaukee will call timeout.
It's on a 1-point lead of 43-42.
Milwaukee led once at 2-0 after Sidney Moncrief hit 2 free throws to start the game. Boston's been ahead throughout. They lead by 1, 43-42. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Archibald, who hit his first 2, misses that one. Parrish trying to save it. Junior Bridgman comes up with it for the Bucks. Rebound, shoves it down court to Buckner. Buckner on the drive. Nice move. Quinn Buckner coming back to Milwaukee to haunt his old teammates. Just over 3 minutes left to play. First half here at the Milwaukee Arena. Bridgman going up for the shot, and a foul called on McHale. And a technical. Larry Bird, watch Bird what he does with the ball after the shot here.
Kevin McHale got a clean block. He hit him with his body, and then Larry Bird, after McHale was on the floor, threw the ball off the basket. Referee Wally Rooney saw it, assessed him with a technical foul. So Junior Bridgman will shoot 3 free throws here. I'm sure he's their best free throw shooter on the floor, so he'll shoot the tee, and then he'll shoot 2 for the driving foul on McHale.
Bridgman is an 83% free throw shooter and is in the all-time best free throw shooters career-wise in the NBA top 10. There's where the technical came from. Watch it again now. Watch Bird as he winds up with the basketball, and he sees the foul was called on McHale. So Larry, in disgust, just flings it up toward the hoop, and that comes the Celtics a tee. Bridgman 2 out of 2 from the line. And that ties it at 49. Second time it's been tied as we hit the 3-minute mark. Interesting features coming up at halftime with Pat O'Brien. Be sure and stay tuned for that. Foul called inside.
Ball up there doesn't get any rotation at all.
Fight for the rebound. Archibald saves it from going out of bounds. Parrish has it knocked out of his hands. One of the periodicals came out with a article this year, said the most wanted man in the NBA was on Kevin McHale, since his contract is up this year and he will be available to the highest bidder. Charlie Criss has come into the game. McHale has come out. Criss is the smallest man in the NBA at 5 feet 8 inches. Milwaukee Buck guard, who again could give him some instant offense.
Yeah, I think he's got Don Nelson's got him in against Tiny Archibald to really match quickness with Tiny.
You've got the 2 little men battling it out. Tiny's about 5'9", and Criss is 5'8". Bridgman hits. 51-50. The Bucks back out in front. 2:20 left in the half. Turnover. Bridgman down to Criss. Little Charlie on the fly. Bridgman with the follow. There's little Charlie Criss at 5'8", the smallest man in the NBA. Discovered more or less by Hubie Brown, who brought him to Atlanta with the Hawks. He was in San Diego and then picked up on waivers. But Don Nelson has had a history of always having a little man on his team. Bird answers for the Boston Celtics. That's his 3rd hoop. 7 points in the first half. And the Bucks lead the Celtics by 1 with 1:45 till intermission. I don't know how many people know this, but Criss at one time played with the Washington Generals, the team that plays the Harlem Globetrotters.
I know he labored for 8 years in the Continental League also.
Bridgman with a wild hook shot off balance. Down it comes to Bird. Is that a mismatch, Bird against Charlie Criss?
The thing about it is they kept their head up and they saw Bird out on the break, and he got, you know, those shots like that are the kind that get you going when you're struggling from the outside. You don't want to let Larry Bird get that outside shot falling.
Celtics 54-53. 1:10 left in the half. Harvey Catchings. Parrish comes out to meet him. Bridgman. Battle for the rebound, and Lister goes up with it. He was fouled by Buckner. 2 shots. Lister has been a tremendous improvement for the Bucks this year. Last 2 years, you know, they had Lister and they had Cressy, and the Bucks were selected at about the number 20 position in the QB. Brown, who a year ago was working with us, and right now I'm sure is much happier where he is. Well, he wouldn't like to be down 3-0, and also Jack Ramsey, the Portland coach. That's coming up live at halftime, just 45 seconds away. Buckner from the corner. Parrish trying to follow, and we got a loose ball foul called underneath. Well, it's like a shot put. Celtics back out in front by 1, 56-55. Charlie Criss. Yes! Great crowd pleaser. As you might well imagine, a guy 5'8" in this game would be. Bucks get the lead back. 25 seconds to go. Tiny Archibald, three-point try. McKeskey grabs the rebound. Now here's a guy who's picked up as a free agent from Cleveland and stands to make himself a pretty good piece of change in the playoffs. Especially with all the injury problems the Bucks have had at the center position. Chris on the drive. Bird with the rebound as the buzzer sounds. Hard-fought first half, which the Celtics moved out as they did the other night in Boston. But the Bucks come back hard and reach a player in the NBA playoffs. Foul situation there, that's something to point out.
Yeah, very key. They got two Bucks starters with 4, Alton Lister and Pressey.
Winner starts the second half off with a three-point try that doesn't go. The Celtics bring it down quickly. Danny Ainge carries one from outside. It's Ainge's first basket of the game. He had a career-high 25 Friday night. Hit 12 of his first 13, but the last basket he hit was just like that, the first shot of the second half.
He missed his last 9 shots.
In that game Friday night, they missed 13 of the last 14 of the Celtics. Lanier with the miss. So the Celtics down one at halftime, led it by 1 here in the first minute of the second half. Larry Bird wheeling around Marcus Johnson. Inside to Parrish, over Lanier. He always shoots that from the same side, doesn't he?
Well, he turns right shoulder every time to shoot his jumper. You got to force him to spin the other way. He's comfortable shooting that right shoulder. You got to make him go back the other direction.
That's 10 points for Parrish in the ball game so far. The Celtics, who went out to the lead early in the first half, have a 3-point advantage. Johnson fails to hit. Catching saves it. Harvey's been a factor in this game. Moncrief, he can't hit. So the Celtics playing some good D, and the Bucks cold here at the start of the second half. Catchings picks up the loose ball foul. Second foul on Harvey Catchings. (60-57). Celtics lead it. 10.5 minutes remaining. Third period of play here at the Mecca in Milwaukee. See, that's Milwaukee Exposition Convention Center Arena. Mecca. This is just part of it here.
Number 25.
Paul Pressey just checked into the ball game and promptly picked up his 4th personal foul. They started Harvey Catchings here also to try to protect Alton Lister for the 4th period.
Parrish bounce pass to Ainge. One-on-one with Pressey. Ainge trying to move inside. No basket.
Well, they ruled an offensive foul there on Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge just threw the ball at referee Wally Rooney. He's just been assessed a technical foul. We see he ducks in underneath Pressey, hooks him with his off arm. He does get the score, but they ruled offensive foul. He then threw the ball at official Wally Rooney and hit him, and he was assessed with a technical foul.
That's the second tee on the Celtics. Bird picked up one in the first half. Moncrief on the free throw line for the Bucks.
You know, one thing as a player, Frank, you can never allow the crowd to get to you. Sometimes it's difficult because they'll say things to you that just, you know, infuriate you. But the minute you let them know that they're getting to you, they'll stay on you, so they'll drive you right out of the building.
So that trims the Celtics lead to 2. Marcus Johnson, Milwaukee with a chance to tie. Catching! Oh, yeah! Is that strong? Hello. 22nd timeout.
Called for taxes, and they had a vote, and they said they would like to increase taxes.
The truth be known, they'd like neither and just like the stadium, right? Here's Ainge. Goaltending on Catchings. Ainge gets the basket, his second.
Goaltending. Credit Danny Ainge.
Bob Lanier starting the second half with that right knee heavily bandaged. And Lanier threw an elbow at Maxwell, and Maxwell good, because he could set a double pick on a Mack truck. 62-60 with 9.5 to go in the quarter. Parrish trying to get the shot up. Pressey again.
Hope they sure did.
Pressey finally gets a chance to shine on the offensive end. That's Paul's first basket of the game. 64-62 Celtics. Parrish to Gerald Henderson. He had a fine first half, guarded by Moncrief. Moncrief couldn't get around the pick in time, and Henderson buries it. 10 points for Gerald Henderson and a 66-62 Boston advantage. Boston is 4 for 4 from the field in this quarter. Marcus Johnson gets inside for the easy stuff. Maxwell is saying that Marcus was pushing off, but Wally Rooney isn't buying it. 2-point lead for the Celtics as Boston brings it down. Must-win situation. No one has ever gone 3-0 and come back to win a 7-game series in the history of the NBA playoffs. That's what the Celtics are fighting to avoid today. Bird's pass is deflected. Pressey picks it up. Bird with a great steal. A simply great steal by the Celtics superstar. 20-footer. His shooting definitely off. After that foul with the flu, here's Marcus Johnson. Pressey is fouled.
Now give him a lift here and just milk some time until Don Nelson can come in with Brian Winters for the 4th period.
Coast-to-coast job for Larry Bird. Well, he wants the ball, doesn't he?
Well, that's the great thing about him. He can miss 10 shots in a row and still down in the time when it counts, he wants that shot.
68-65 Celtics. Pressey off with the jumper. Parrish with the rebound. Outlet to Henderson. Ainge from the corner, driving on Pressey, blocked by Catchings. Down to Moncrief. It will be no foul, and Milwaukee's ball out of bounds, and Nelly can't believe it.
Sidney Moncrief on the drive here tries to split 2 defenders, Henderson and Parrish. The ball stripped away from him, ruled out of bounds.
Back to live action is Moncrief. This is the 15-footer from the corner. Bridgman saves it for Milwaukee as they get a fresh 24. Winner to go against the winner of Philadelphia and New York. Bridgman. Junior Bridgman with his 5th basket. He's got 13 points. Bridgman has had a reputation in the past of not being a great playoff player.
You know, sometimes I think that's a little ill-deserved. You know, when you get into a playoff series, you might just not play well against a particular team, and they've played Philadelphia the last 2 years, so that sometimes that's not deserved.
Maxwell trying to get inside, and we get a foul on Lanier. Big Bob picks up the personal. That will be his 4th.
That call, the wraparound foul there, that's his 4th. He didn't really like the call.
Henderson. Nice soft touch, but it won't go for him. Catchings to Moncrief. Sidney Moncrief. Oh, yeah. One of the great stars in the NBA, Moncrief, with his 4th basket. And the Bucks are back out in front, 69-61. Bucks now have 4 team fouls, and Boston has only 1. So that could be a big factor in this quarter. We've still got 6.5 to go. Maxwell over Catchings, doesn't hit. Lanier grabs the rebound. Here come the Bucks. They lead it by 1. Moncrief again. Missing the layup this time. Sidney can't believe it. Down to Henderson. 3-on-2 break. Great pass. Henderson to Parrish in the stuff for 2.
This game's definitely heating up. End-to-end action here, fast breaking both ways. Sidney Moncrief had a nice little finger roll there, couldn't get it to drop, and then Robert Parrish answered with a flying slam dunk.
10th lead of the ball game, 70-69. Lead has been back and forth. Kevin McHale getting ready to come back in for Boston. Moncrief posted up that time on Henderson, and that's a mismatch. 15 points for Moncrief. 71-70, Milwaukee. Parrish for the slam that time, going 1-on-1 with Junior Bridgman.
I tell you, Harvey Catchings went to the top and met that one. He got a clean block, but they've called the foul on Bridgman.
Bridgman will pick up the personal. Parrish of the NBA has lost the first 2 games of a 7-game series at home and come back to win it. That was the Lakers against San Francisco in 1969, and that's the obstacle that the Celtics face at this point.
They've gone to a big lineup here now. They've got Bridgman and Moncrief both playing guard, so look for them to try to post up a lot here with the guards.
Catchings with McHale guarding him. Shot clock to 5 seconds. Bucks throw it away. Celtics will bring it down. Just over 5 minutes left in the quarter. Keep in mind now that the Celtics will be in the penalty for the remainder of the period. They'll be shooting those penalty free throws, and they have only 1 foul charged against them in the 3rd period. So that could become a key factor here. McHale, boy, they always tell you get the shot away, don't they?
That's the key. When you hear that whistle, throw it at the basket. Kevin McHale there, knowing that Harvey Catchings is a shot blocker, pump faked him. Harvey went for him. He got him up the air, drew the contact on the whistle, and we'll get to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
McHale, despite the fact he normally doesn't start for the Celtics, is number 3 on the club in minutes. Only Bird and Parrish are ahead of him. But he gets his time coming off the bench and then some.
He has a very unique style at the foul line, too. He sort of lays the ball in the palm of his hand, and then at the last second on the release, rolls it over and takes it up and gets no spin on the basketball at all.
He's missed 2 out of 3 from the line today. As a team, the Celtics have hit 19 of 23, and the Bucks 16 of 20. That's from the free throw line. 73-71. Celtics with a 2-point advantage in what's been a tight game since the opening minutes. Boston took the early lead, and Milwaukee coming back in the second quarter. Outscored the Celtics, and leading by 1 at intermission. Catching short with the jumper. Parrish. Outlet down to Danny Ainge. A couple of players go sprawling on the floor. Henderson is one, and Sidney Moncrief is the other. Foul is called on Maxwell, his second. Only the second team foul. When Moncrief is operating in the backcourt, they work hard to make him bring that ball down, don't they?
Yeah, what they do now, they'll bring Marcus out and let him handle and sort of take the ball handling duties away from Sidney Moncrief so he won't expend so much energy.
Johnson, great athlete. And a great athletic move, but he couldn't come up with the basket. Bridgman has it blocked. Comes out with it. And again, they get a fresh 24. Lanier driving the lane. Harvey Catchings with the tip-in.
He's played a phenomenal basketball game. That's 10 points for Harvey Catchings already in this ball game.
6 tie in the game. McHale missing the turnaround. Moncrief with the rebound. We're tied at 73, and the Bucks trying to untie it. Bridgman. Henderson comes up with it. Lanier with those 34-year-old knees getting back as fast as he can. Ainge drills it. That's the time remaining in the third quarter as the Celtics take the 2-point lead. You know, they said the other day on Lanier's knees during the off day, that floating cartilage, whatever he's got in there, locked on him 7 times. And if it ever happens during a game while he's running, he really could create some damage in there. It happened to him at halftime of the first game. They got it working again. Moncrief with the miss. Celtics by 2. Ainge on the drive. Dish off to Henderson, who has the open shot. Gerald Henderson. That's the type of thing they were doing against Atlanta. Oh, look at this. Lanier with a stranglehold on Kevin McHale.
I think Lanier was protecting a teammate there. I think that McHale had done something to Marcus Johnson, and Lanier is not going to let anybody happen to his people out there on the floor. He's the inspiration behind this team.
Timeout being called by the Milwaukee Bucks with 2:56 left in the third, and the Celtics leading by 4.
Now, Dodge offers more unique.
Hale. There they are underneath.
Yeah, and then they sort of get tangled up. I mean, Kevin McHale is a big, strong kid, and Bob Lanier gets him in a full Nelson there, and McHale can't even move. That's how strong Bob Lanier is.
You don't think he's inviting him over for dinner tonight?
No, I do not.
Well, McHale was laughing about it as he went to the huddle.
I think that's a nervous laugh.
I would think so. He's still walking.
I would not want Big Bob mad at me.
Lanier will be given a rest by his coach's discretion, not the officials. 77-73 Celtics inside of 3 minutes. In quarter number 3, Boston with the big edge in the field goal percentage. You wonder with that big an edge. The Bucks were only 4 points down. Marcus Johnson. Bucks have not found a hot hand here in the third quarter, at least a consistent one. Moncrief. Oh, yeah. Sidney Moncrief. One more time. This guy does whatever it takes. Steals, rebounds, scores.
Gerald Henderson gambled for the steal that time, got himself out of position, and Sidney Moncrief with that floating shot in the lane. He is a master with his body control in the lane, floating and still being able to get the concentration to get the ball up and in the basket.
Third foul on Henderson. There's Moncrief, 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. Gives him 18 points. 8 this quarter. and 4 rebounds on the game. Celtics by 1. Parrish. Bounce pass inside, taken away by Moncrief. DeMarcus Johnson. Moncrief has had a great year. Coming off a great year 2 years ago when he led the club in everything. This year he's got a lot more help from Johnson. Johnson double teamed by Parrish and by Henderson. And the foul goes against Parrish. His third. One of the hot rumors making the rounds here has, speaking of the Celtics, a former Celtic coach, Tom Henson. Henson probably heading to Houston.
That's one thing about this time of the year. The rumors start flying, especially with all the vacancies.
Oh, there's a ton of them this year, as we talked about last week with Red Auerbach. So Tom Henson winds up with the Houston Rockets. It'll be an interesting situation. Richmond missing. Ainge with the rebound. Another interesting rumor concerned Bird that we'll tell you about in a minute. Henderson. Right into the butcher shop. Put it up.
That was a tough shot there. It's called 40 seconds and a strong move. Robert Parrish for the block. Sidney Moncrief, omnipresent, gets it up off the glass and was goaltended.
79-78. Celtics by 1. Ainge from the corner. Rebound Johnson. Bucks with a chance to recapture the lead with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Maxwell moves out to meet Johnson. Moncrief guarded by Henderson. Good pass to Johnson. He's fouled and it goes, and Milwaukee is back out in front.
Well, that's beautiful basketball right there. You got a pick and roll, 2-man game with Sidney Moncrief and Marcus Johnson on the screen and roll. Nice pass. Good body control. He got it in the basket.
Beautiful teamwork.
Kevin McHale a little slow getting over that time to help on the weak side. Got the foul. Marcus Johnson will go to the free throw line.
Bird comes back into the lineup. One thing we were talking to Don Nelson yesterday, he thinks that he tries to keep his offense and his defense very unpredictable. And he says, on the other hand, Boston is pretty predictable when you look at it.
Yeah, he feels like that in their offensive sets, he pretty well knows what they want to do by the way their players line up on the floor.
Johnson trying to complete the three-point play. Big boost for the Bucks, and now have a 2-point advantage at 81-79. Game 5 is scheduled here. Rather, Game 4 in Milwaukee tomorrow night. Maxwell missing. Catchings with the rebound. Paul Pressey brings it across. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. They see Johnson underneath. Good pass inside from Brisbane, and Marcus slams it. 16 for Marcus Johnson. 4-point advantage for the Bucks. That's their biggest lead in this game. Crowd on its feet. Bird, open shot from the corner. That's almost a layup for him. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Moncrief almost hitting a half-court shot. 83-81, Bucks at the nice soft jumper. You recall Friday night, the Celtics scored just 9 points in the last quarter of the game. Now, the low for this season in the NBA was 7. Golden State scored 7 points in a game on New Year's Eve against Portland in 1 quarter. Marcus Johnson with the miss. Bird with the rebound. Score tied at 83. Bird just inside the 3-point line. Fails to hit it. It'll be the Celtics ball out of bounds. Just a reminder, at the end of today's game, Doug Collins and I'll be selecting the Miller Most Valuable Player of the game. Just underway here in the final period. We're going to get a little tense here. Big question is going to be how much Lanier now could play tomorrow night after this series of games. Bird with another basket. You know, 3 games in 4 days on Lanier, that's got to be tough. And with Cowens out of the lineup, it's hard to believe that Milwaukee's going to win 2 in a row here.
Well, that's why I think you see Don Nelson right now resting Bob Lanier as long as he can and keep the score as close and then make the long run.
Moncrief's pass picked off by Bird down to Henderson. Maxwell trying to save it from going out of bounds, but can't do it. It belongs to the Bucks. Here's a look look at Bob Lanier resting those aching knees. Milwaukee has turned it over 14 times in this game. Boston 13. Celtics 85 and the Bucks 83. Moncrief trying to break, but Johnson couldn't get the pass to him. Sidney. Well, you talk about a lucky bounce. Sometimes you got to be good, but it helps to be lucky too.
Well, Milwaukee has 15 offensive rebounds in this game for now 18 points. That's a key statistic, because normally that's what the Celtics will do to you.
Bridgman just let him bat it around for a while, just waited till the ball came to him. Good for the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. They are one victory away from advancing to the championship, and their coach, Pat Riley, I think he's probably diagramming another skyhook. Let's go back to Frank Glieber now in Milwaukee. All right, Brett, and our story, well, it couldn't be any closer. Score tied at 85. Larry Bird, 15 points so far. Don Nelson was telling us yesterday he's got to play defense against the Celtics. Entirely different when Bird is in there.
Yeah, you've got to come out and you've got to contest his outside shot, which opens up that middle. The Celtics now have come in with Scott Wedman. He was 9 for 11 the other night. This is his first action today.
Parrish missing on that fadeaway jumper, and Bridgman gets the rebound. You surprised it didn't come with Wedman earlier in view of the success he had the other night?
Well, a little bit, but Bill Fitch likes to go with a four-man rotation. With Bird healthy today, I think he went back to his normal group.
We're tied. Moncrief has it taken away. Henderson with the steal to Bird, back to Henderson. It goes. Tiny Archibald couldn't hold. Milwaukee's ball out of bounds as it slipped out of Tiny's hands. These teams' season series tied at 3 apiece, and each won one game on the other club's court. Each team has beaten the other on the road once during the season. That's the regular season. Of course, Milwaukee 2 up as a result of their victories at the Boston Garden Wednesday and Friday. Winters setting up the offense. Shot clock to 5 seconds. He gets it off. Brian Winters, his 5th basket, including 1 3-pointer. He's got 13. Bucks by 2. Wedman from the corner. Great pure shooter.
Well, that was made possible by Larry Bird's penetration. He pump faked, drove to the basket. Scotty Wedman's man, Marcus, had to help out, dished out for the outside jump shot.
Obtained in a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers for the #1 pick this year, Aaron Tillis, and the #1 choice in 1983. And Wedman also provides some insurance in case Kevin McHale does go elsewhere. Bridgman with the miss and Bird with the rebound. Shovel pass down court to Henderson. Henderson open. Didn't even draw glass with that one. Rebound missed by Parrish. And we've got a loose ball foul called underneath.
The last 2 times on the floor, the Milwaukee Bucks have really spread the floor out. The new terminology now is spacing. They've really spread the floor out, and they're trying to isolate Sidney Moncrief down low against Tiny Archibald. They have not been able to get him the ball the last 2 times, but it really looks like Don Nelson wants to take advantage of that mismatch.
That's almost becoming a catchword now, isn't it? Spacing. You hear a lot of that.
It's trying to show illegal defenses as well. Keep the floor as wide as possible. Now they've got Buckner in playing Moncrief.
8 minutes to go in the game. We're tied at 87. Catchings trying to lob it to Johnson. Great move by Johnson. First to bring the pass down and then go up for the score. This guy is simply a great athlete.
I mean, you can't blame Scotty Wedman on this play. He had great defense. It's just that Marcus Johnson leaped completely out of the building to go get that ball. Pump fake, got it up and in the basket. Scotty Wedman played good defense on that play. You could not have defended any better, but Marcus Johnson is a great athlete, and he just went to the height that Scotty Wedman couldn't get to.
Johnson, 4-time NBA All-Star with 19 points in this game. Moncrief has 20. And the Bucks have a 3-point advantage, 90-87, and Bill Fitch has got to be getting concerned at this point. Down 2-0, playing on the road against the Milwaukee Bucks. Tiny Archibald driving the lane, missing. Johnson down to Moncrief. Bridgman underneath again. Johnson. Good block this time by Larry Bird. We're going to have a jump ball. A little bit of a break there, perhaps, for the Celtics.
That was a big break for the Celtics. Marcus was going to go in and dunk this basketball. Looked like he pinned himself on the rim, but they've called a jump ball.
Might have hit the bottom of the rim. Last year, Marcus Johnson missing the first 22 games of the season in a contract dispute. Johnson gains the tip to Bridgman. Out to Brian Winters. Johnson posting up against Wedman, and he's eating him alive.
Marcus feels it now. He's hit on alley-oops, he's hit on layups, and now fadeaway jump shot.
21 points for Marcus Johnson after only 8 at the half. 5-point lead for the Bucks, their biggest. Bird comes back for Boston. 17 for Bird. He's got that shot down. The big difference in this game and the one Friday night, of course, has to be the presence of Bird on the floor from Boston's standpoint. Marcus Johnson, one more time.
I tell you what, Frank, as a player, when you feel it, you're almost gliding up and down the floor. Can't wait to get down to the other end to score again. Marcus Johnson right now is in his own zone.
Lanier getting ready to come back in. Bird trying to get loose. Gets it away and hits another one. That one was from across the street. 19 for Bird.
Playing a little payback now.
I think so. Now, you've guarded Marcus Johnson in the past. What's he like?
Oh, he's quick and he's strong and he's just so powerful. Anytime I got on a mismatch, I was in trouble.
Johnson finally missing one. Wedman with the rebound, kicking it down court to Archibald. Moncrief slipped for a second. Finally got the shot away. Here come the Bucks again. Marcus Johnson. Loose ball. Bird picks it up. Shovel pass to Archibald. Boston flying down the floor. Buckner can't hit it. Harris trying to save it. Archibald, smallest man on the floor, gets the rebound at a very critical bucket.
This is going to be an exciting 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Both of these teams realize the importance of this game, and every loose ball is monumental right now.
94-93 Bucks. 5:20 left to play in the game. Winters with Buckner guarding him. Bridgman could have walked there. Shot clock in 1 second. Did he get it away? Yes! They're going to count it. Brian Winters. Buzzer going off with the shot in the air. It will count. Timeout with 5:11 left to play in the game. And the Bucks lead it by 1.
Now in the duel of the disposable ring.
Able to hold on and win. They milked the shot clock down to 23 seconds. Brian Winters with a fadeaway jumper, and he's fouled. Sword is on your side sometimes.
Well, hang on to your sneakers, because we've got 5 minutes and 11 seconds left, and anything could happen. Milwaukee by 4. Tiny Archibald bringing it down. They've got Bird in there. They've got McHale, Maxwell, and Buckner. Bird's been trying to keep him in there, missing that shot, and Lanier has come back into the game, gathers in the rebound. Bob is motoring rather slowly down the court. Moncrief. One-on-one with Archibald. Bird guarding Bridgman. Winters. Bird grabs it. That was Bird's 11th rebound. He's hit 9 of 18 shots from the field, has 6 steals and 6 assists. Wonder what he does when he's healthy. Maxwell, when he gets a bunch of young coaches in the room, the first thing he does is have them all lie down until the feeling passes. They find themselves on other business. It's Maxwell's first point, really, since the opening period. He had 12 in that quarter and nothing since. Lanier has it knocked out of his hands. Bridgman saves it. Junior knocks one down.
See, Frank, that's on a point not a while ago. I mean, the ball was bouncing to the Milwaukee Bucks right now. There was a steal. They got it back, and Bridgman knocked it in the basket.
17 for Bridgman. Bridgman going for the steal that time. Ball out of bounds. It will go to the Boston Celtics.
Okay, some fans just now throwing some coins onto the floor. I hope that they don't hurt one of these magnificent athletes, because I've been hit before with a coin, and it can really do some damage.
Will Fitch yelling something down at the officials. Archibald, hook shot. Hangs on the rim, followed by Bird, no good. Maxwell, no good. Tiny Archibald with the next one, stepped out of bounds. Milwaukee's ball. Talk about a super effort. Moncrief left the court, went over the press table. Wound up in the stands. Both sides really going at it. Nelson indicating 4 fingers down, whatever that play happens to be. Moncrief in the post to Lanier. Sidney Moncrief penetrates and scores. 6-point lead for Milwaukee, their biggest. And the Boston Celtics will call time. 3:17 left to play in the game. And the Bucks lead only one of its last 10 shots. Is that shades of Friday night when they missed 13 of their last 14? Making 1 out of 11 as Bird misses. And Winters grabs the rebound. That's the time remaining in the game. Bucks would take a commanding 3-0 lead, a lead that no one in NBA playoff history has ever overcome. Moncrief on the give and go. Maxwell fouled him and the basket counts. Sidney Moncrief takes it to the hoop. Guy's incredible.
Oh, that's a great move here. Bob Lanier with a screen on Quinn Buckner. Cedric Maxwell slow getting over. And what concentration by Sidney Moncrief to get that shot up and in the basket. Just magnificent concentration. He knew he was going to get hammered, and he still scored.
24 points for Moncrief, 14 coming this half, and 5 rebounds. I don't know about you, but he's my MVP, I'll tell you that. .104.95. It was Lanier that made that play with that great pick, enabling Moncrief to see the alley. The lane to the basket. Foul is on Johnson. His second personal foul. Maxwell. First basket of the second half for Maxwell. 104.97. A minute 50 to go. You think they'd start using the clock now. Cressy to Moncrief. And Milwaukee will play a little keep away and use those 24 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 10. That basket snapped an 0 for 8 string for the Celtics. The one by Maxwell. 3 seconds in the lane. So Milwaukee will turn it over without getting a shot. Celtics are 7 down with a minute and a half left. And Bill Fitch wants a time. That's 9 boards for him. Marcus Johnson slows it down. Milwaukee in great shape with a 7-point lead. And Marcus Johnson rides in for the attempted layup. Down to Maxwell. See if Moncrief touched it. He did. It'll belong to the Celtics. But time is running out here. They got to be thinking 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think you've seen Scott Webman in the ball game. You see Bird. A lot of times a man throwing the ball in bounds will shoot the 3-pointer. Keep your eye on Bird.
Tiny Archibald. Bird is being guarded by Bridgman right now. Parrish out to Bird. Fakes Bridgman out of position. That's a 2-point try. And he gets a good bounce off the rim. Bird with his 10th basket and 21st point. Makes it a 5-point Bucks lead. But only 40 seconds to go. Moncrief double teamed by Bird and by Parrish. Gets it away to Lanier. Shot clock at 7 seconds. And the game clock is what you're looking at. Bird grabbing Moncrief. So Moncrief will go to the line. Moncrief. One more to go. 105.99 with 26 seconds. That's 26 now for Moncrief. Bird grabbing the rebound. There's Dave Cowens. Now, here's a guy I know you know real well. From the past experience, you've played against him, you've been involved, one of the great competitors in basketball.
Yeah, Dave Cowens.
Of our NBA doubleheader on CBS. Bird will inbound it. Boston has one timeout left, by the way. Archibald can't waste too much time here. He can't get loose for the shot. Henderson, three-point try. Does not draw iron. Lanier gets the rebound, and Wedman immediately fouls him.
Because he's come back and played a whale of a basketball game, but it's just not to be today for the Boston Celtics.
Once again, the quick foul by Wedman at 106.99. And one more time. 6 seconds. Tiny Archibald. Rebound to Lister. 1 second. There it is. Milwaukee has taken a commanding 3-0 lead over the Boston Celtics, and Don Nelson is a very happy man, accepting congratulations from his team. Lanier said something interesting, I thought, about Nelson. He's a real player's coach. He said he's a coach who sometimes says he doesn't know, and he asks for your opinion. And Nelson is a very popular coach. 107-99. The Milwaukee Bucks